Charli. And now I'd like to introduce Miss Charli Beck, who's going to be reading our second speech for today.
Okay. So, good morning, students, faculty, friends, and family. Thank you for joining us to celebrate our promotion from Los Coches Creek Middle School. Now, I'm not going to give you the obligatory look how far we've come speech because you know this already. You've lived most or even all of it with us. So, middle school was not the path we decided on our own. It was like getting off a carousel only to find ourselves in line for a much bigger and scarier ride. Yeah, we were excited, feeling grown up, but we were also silently worrying that we may be unprepared for it. And being unprepared and scared and nervous was a daily event in elementary school. A simple change in the lunch menu could drive kids to tears. But as mature middle school students, fits of public crying were out of the question. So we resorted to the next line of defense, our attitudes. And we found ourselves buckled in for a thrill ride that we may have begged to get off of if we had the chance or if no one was watching. We laughed and talked tough, maybe even threw in a few curse words for authenticity. But, it was fun, it was nice. But before the coaster left the station, we tested the safety harnesses to make sure we were secure. And we have spent 3 whole years on that ride. You've witnessed our ups and our downs, and have seen us all turn into people that are sometimes unrecognizable as the people we are just a few years back, or who we used to be a few years back. And we have strong opinions on just about everything one day, and the next answer is with an even more exasperating, I don't know, or I don't care. And as toddlers, you fought us to lie down for a nap, but now you can't even get us to get out of bed. We make the terrible twos look like child's play. And then there's the homework, tons of it. Some days we're slamming our fists on the table, complaining that there's too much and that we don't understand it. But that happens less frequently, and more often our parents are the ones saying they have no idea what we're doing. But at some point, we're going to have to figure it out on our own. Asking a teacher for help isn't as easy as it used to be. We mean to say, I'm having trouble with this, can you help me? But what comes from our mouth instead is a sneer, this is stupid. And at this point in our lives, being vulnerable is unacceptable. Our hearts nearly pound out of our chests as we creep up that dangerously steep hill. And, it's scary, but we laugh a little bit more, curse a little bit more, and we put our arms up to demonstrate our fearlessness. And as we speed down that crazy drop, screaming partly from fear, but also from feeling free, we have ridden these curves and dramatic hills, and at the end of the ride, middle school has left us winded and shaky, but also exhilarated and confident that we can survive more than we thought. And it was a ride that was actually fun, but one that we wouldn't want to go on again, that's for sure. So now we step into the next line for yet another unfamiliar trip. We are definitely a lot more prepared this time, still armed with our attitude and opinions, but like I said, you know this already, because you've been along for the ride. Thanks for being our safety harnesses.
Thank you, Charli. And here to present the Cajon Valley Education Association Outstanding Citizenship Awards is Mrs. Sonia Washer.
I'm glad to see all of you.